This episode starts with a dream sequence that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. It ends when Spike gets woken up by Twilight, who is pacing around nervously. Apparently, Twilight has just finished planning out her schedule for the month, but forgot to plan time for her next one. So she's freaking out about deadlines. This episode already scares me. Twilight has been staying up all night rescheduling, when strange magic starts swirling and causing a huge mess. Then another Twilight appears, who looks like she's been through a battle zone.
It's not scientifically possible. You are not scientifically possible,
says the unicorn with the magic horn. Future Twilight is from next Tuesday morning and has come to give Twilight a warning.
I have something extremely important to tell you about the future, and I only have a few seconds, so you've got to listen. Whatever you do,
But she gets sent back to the future before she can finish. I'll talk about this sometime in the future, let's say. Twilight takes the warning to mean that there's going to be some kind of disaster, and she herself has to prevent it. Yeah, I guess this episode is predictable, but that does seem like a conclusion that Twilight would reach. Oh good, you're working on that thing we talked about. Twilight tells the townsponies that there's going to be a crisis. They do laugh at her, but Twilight seems genuine enough to alert concerns from her friends. Okay, give them a point for that.
No?
Is that worth 2 points? You know what? I'm in a mood for a good laugh. Give them another point. So, Twilight instructs everyone to start fixing the town. The montage is alright, I guess, but I can't help but be reminded of Mare-Duel, considering that some of the set pieces are the same. And then Cerberus appears, straight from Tartarus. I would give them a point for this one, except that it ends in an anticlimax. Fluttershy subdues him, and Twilight asks Pinkie if she has a ball she could borrow.
I have balls stashed all over Ponyville.
No comment. Twilight returns Cerberus, but doesn't get back until the next day. Then Spike barfs up a letter, which gives Twilight a scar, just like the one from her future self. And that leads her to the conclusion that she hasn't changed the future at all. She eventually gets the idea to do nothing. Literally, to do nothing at all. She plans on staying like that until next Tuesday. Yeah, good luck with that. Spike instantly takes advantage of that and starts eating ice cream. Rainbow Dash comes in and not only makes fun of Twilight, starts messing with her. It ends when Twilight tosses Spike against a wall and he accidentally burps a ball of fire back at her, screwing up her hair. This worries Twilight further, to the point where she wishes she could see the future. Apparently Spike knows some pony who can tell the future. Madam Pinkie. Yep, Pinkie's a fortune teller now. Sure, I'll go with it. I do really like Pinkie in this episode. I already gave her 2 points, and it's not likely I'm going to give her another, but I'm just saying. Pinkie sees into the future. Apparently, Twilight will get a really cool birthday present next year. That's actually a pretty clever idea, considering that Pinkie's probably going to be the one who gives it to her. Then Pinkie's Pinkie sense kicks in. Yeah, that's back. And a potted plant falls on Twilight's head, because cartoons. Now we come to one of the things that gets people divided on this episode. Twilight's behavior. I've said repeatedly that I don't like Twilight when she's stupid, but somehow Emily Larson got it right. Let me explain. Twilight has gotten the bright idea to
Monitor everything.
And so she hasn't slept in a few days. And also, a pot landed on her head. So she does have a couple of excuses to not think logically. But here's the thing. She is thinking logically, just getting increasingly panicked. She's not simply missing the obvious for plot convenience. Pinkie comes to visit, considering that she hasn't seen Twilight since the flower pot incident. Hey, a legitimate reason to check up on Twilight. And Pinkie finds her like this. And Spike is still eating ice cream. It's, semi-important that you know that. Twilight asks Pinkie to move the telescope in techno jargon, so she can't comprehend, and she doesn't move it. And so when Twilight looks through the telescope, she ends up blinding herself in one eye. And Pinkie gives her an eye patch, which is yet another sign. Then Twilight gets another idea.
I'll just have to stop time.
So they go to Canterlot, and does every pony have stealth suits? Is it like the equestrian version of formal wear? Instead of fancy suits and dresses, they have stealth suits in the back of their closet? They start sneaking around. And yeah, the Metal Gear Solid reference is kind of cool. But as Spike points out, it's not illegal to walk around Canterlot, or I guess the castle. So they sneak around for a while and end up exactly where they came in. Then a guard catches them and lets Twilight into the library. Twilight walks up to a mirror and sees herself in it. It seems that every single sign has already happened. So they go around searching for a scroll to stop time. And here's something else I forgot to mention. I really like the background music in this episode. The sun rises and nothing happens. Then Twilight realizes that she was worried over nothing. If the episode ended right here, I would be ready to give it a gold 5-star ranking. But Pinkie finds a spell that allows Twilight to go back in time. She uses it to attempt to warn her past self to do nothing. But take a guess what happens. Yeah, the same thing that happened at the beginning of the episode. Way to give me Mass Effect flashbacks. It seems that most people hate this episode because of missed opportunities. You know, because of all the things they could do with time travel. I personally don't mind because there's no law that says they can only do time travel once. Now, the only thing I hate in this episode is the ending. I do keep saying that it's the journey, not the destination, but there still is a limit. Pinkie and her antics really make this episode for me. I mean, you could have just had Pony start panicking, but they went the extra mile to have Pinkie start leading it. There is the possibility that I'm being too generous to this episode, considering I'm a little beaten right now. I mean, look at the last few episodes I reviewed. The most annoying episode in the show, an episode that is the epitome of mediocrity, and an utter train wreck. At this point, I'm gonna even like the lesser stuff. And what's next? Why do I even ask you people?